Well, once again, Trump does what Trump does best. He leans in, he takes on an issue that other people are like, don't go there, don't say that. This'll be it. This will be your ruination. This will be the end. And somehow he manages to flip that into political gold.
The following very, very special program is brought to you in lively black and white on NBC.
You know, I don't think black people, for the most part, are really that offended by Donald Trump on this issue. In fact, I think they get it. I think they are sick and tired of being lied to and pandered to, and they're sick and tired of the race hustling pimps like Al Sharpton and Joy Reid telling them how they're supposed to feel, and they're certainly sick and tired of white liberals telling them how to feel.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth. I'm surviving on the top of the line.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Make sure that you are a subscriber to the channel, and once you are, please make sure to smack the bell, click the word all. You will receive notifications of all of my rants, my ravings, and my absolutely, undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. That's the way that we get the word out that we're here. Thank you and welcome to the Afternoon Drive. So a couple of days ago, Kamala thinks she's a hottie Harris, went to Atlanta, Georgia, because they believe Georgia is back in play. And, you know, Warnock, the warlock, was all excited about, it was an enthusiastic crowd. It was, apparently it was like 8,000 people there. And, she's definitely brought a little bit more oomph and energy to the Democratic Party than what Joe Biden did, when they would occasionally let him out from his nursing home unit to make a public appearance. But nonetheless, what's not being told about that rally in Atlanta is the fact that the draw was a free concert. Megan the Stallion, or the Stallion, however you properly say that, and Quavo, an Atlanta rapper, they were doing a concert. Of course, Megan's up there twerking in front of all these old white Democrat women who are kind of like looking away and getting all cringed out by it. People were there for the free concert. The proof of that is when Kamala, who only spoke for about 20 minutes, as she started speaking, people started leaving. Literally, by the hundreds, even carrying their Kamala signs that they were obviously handed when they walked in the place. We heard Kamala, debut her Southern accent for the first time, because, down in the South, you gotta get with that whole Southern Jethro style of talk, apparently, in her mind. And she pulled it off about as well as Hillary Rodham Clinton did in doing black voice.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
And then Kamala, dropped her big challenge. Donald Trump is running from me. He's ducking. He won't accept the debate challenge that he accepted in September. Well, that was a challenge he accepted to Joe Biden, your boss, the guy you knifed in the back to get where you are right now. He is going to take that debate, by the way. He basically, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania yesterday, said, come on, Kamala, bring it. Bring it. Let's see what you got. Because she dropped a challenge in Atlanta. You got a lot to say about me, Donald. Say it to my face. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. But the political gold was the fact that yesterday while Kamala Harris ditched the National Convention of Black Journalists in Chicago because she had to go to a black sorority sisters meeting. So she ditches the Black Journalist Convention. I guess she did a Zoom call with them. Donald Trump actually went there live and in person.
I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
I would love if you can answer the question on your rhetoric and why you believe that black voters should trust you with another 4 years.
I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights.
This is it. He absolutely ripped the headlines away from attention on Kamala Harris, who was a no-show. He showed up and was treated nasty. They were rude to him. They were hostile to him. And yet he dove right in. And basically, you started to think, could Kamala do this? Could Kamala come out and sit with a panel of reporters who actually, even before she really sat down and got comfortable and was welcome there, was hit with, hey, your disastrous border policies and leaving the border wide open and telling people, come on in, we're going to give you free health care. We're going to make sure that everything that you need is going to be provided for. We're going to move you into minority neighborhoods. You're going to take away minority jobs because we certainly aren't going to put you in the neighborhoods where all the white liberal soy boys for Kamala live, because that would lower their real estate value. So we're going to put you in the working class and in the poor neighborhoods. We're going to close their schools to use those buildings as shelters for the migrants, i.e. illegal aliens, the working class, the poor class, the minority families that are working 2 jobs and struggling to be able to afford groceries in the Biden Harris economy, while they're going to watch the illegals be given $1,000 and $1,500 debit cards and credit cards and put up in hotels and moved into, minority neighborhoods. Is she ever going to be put in a situation to have to answer questions like that? Of course not. We're in this AstroTurf now, where we are being told that she is the it girl. She is like the most popular thing ever, that everybody just thinks she's cool. You understand how much of this is being paid for, right? I mean, this $200 million that she supposedly raised overnight in grassroots, bullhawk. It's all bullhawk. I'm not saying she can get $200 million. She got it from the rich billionaire class that didn't want to fund Joe anymore. So they've been saving this up and they dumped it on her, and they're using it to buy bots online to put out all this positive stuff on Twitter and all this positive stuff on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. It's all bought and paid for. It's fake. This is a sugar high. And they're trying to AstroTurf you into believing that she is Obama reincarnated. I told you yesterday, she is now Kamala. And if you don't vote for her, you're on the wrong side of history, because she's like the best ever. They're wanting you to vote on feelings and not on substance. They want you to forget substance because they know if you really look at her record, she is a train wreck. And I'm not just talking about the border. Look at what she's done to black families in this country. In California, she wants to come across as the badass prosecutor, and she's going to prosecute Trump. Look what she did to people in California. Thousands of people were incarcerated because of drug testing that she knew the drug labs that were doing the testing were sending back false positives. But these people had their lives upended and they were sent to prison anyway. Why? It was free labor. And when judges were ordering her to release those people, she dragged her feet, and her office actually tried to make the argument that this is going to affect California in the budget because now you're taking this labor pool that we're getting relatively cheap, i.e. prison labor at 30 cents an hour. Apparently she learned this from, her family who were slave owners. I mean, a man almost died that she put on death row because she was withholding evidence. And literally hours before he was to be put to death, a judge stepped in and ordered her to release the prisoner because it was discovered she had been withholding evidence. But you're going to vote feelings. The first black woman. Oh, I'll be able to stand over my kids and say, we finally did it. We got it wrong with Hillary, but we got a do-over with Kamala. That fat little troll Olaf voice character, Jordan, whatever his name is, and all the other honky weirdo Hollywood freakos that are soy boy libloons for Kamala. Sean Astin, she laughs, she dances, write us into World War III. See, the deep state loves her because she's going to let them, if they want the war with Ukraine to continue for 10 years, she'll be for that. Do you understand that this woman, talk about democracy being on the ballot, this woman loved incarcerating people. On the one hand, she will pander and say she's for defund the police, but she's really about authoritarianism. And let me tell you, she gets in office, she's going to enact political revenge on a lot of people. And I don't just mean the Trump family. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard, look out. Certain Democrats, look out, that didn't, fawn over her the way she thinks you should have. She's so authentic. Really, her phone call that she got from Obama and Michelle, finally endorsing her, and she just happened to be wearing a mic and had 4 cameras on her. Oh, Barack, Michelle, what a surprise. We want to endorse you, Kamala. Oh my goodness, I just didn't expect it. This whole thing is fake. Don't fall for it, don't fall for it. But there sat Trump in the lion's den, and of course, you knew where the question was going to go.
Republicans on Capitol Hill have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first Black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
Is Kamala DEI? Let me help you here. Yes. She's a DEI hire. Didn't earn it. Didn't earn it. Didn't earn it. Didn't earn it. She is the affirmative action vice president. Period. She couldn't get voted in during the primary. Biden picked her on purpose so that he thought he would get his 2 terms and then hand her the baton. She is DEI on steroids. But don't take my word for it. What are young black people, because she's supposed to be so cool with them, what are they saying?
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans
really don't
have said?
know. I really don't know. Could be. There are some.
Is Kamala Harris a DEI? Yes. I'm black, I'm telling you that. She's a DI.
Hey, if y'all think this was racist, I'm racist. I've noticed when I was scrolling through the Twitter, it's all white journalists calling him racist, saying that black people should be offended. I'm tired of white people. I'm tired of these white liberals telling me how to feel. I'm sick of it. I do not want you to tell me how to think, how to feel. Don't tell me shit.
My college coach just sounded worse than this. This some like, brother. This sounds like your grandpa talking to you at this point.
I think we're just at the point, with all these Gen Z people and everything.
They just too soft.
It's too soft. And people would rather hear what makes them feel good than to hear the truth.
Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say it to my face.
Girl, bye. You trying so hard to be black. When did you start talking like this? If you got something to say, then say it to my face. Kamala, stop trying so hard to pander to black people.
And then Donald Trump went into a place that immediately you knew that there were even conservatives saying, why did he say that? Why did he do that? Why? And you knew the libloons would go into freak out meltdown mode. Jean-Pierre Van Damme, the black Shirley Temple who masqueraded as a press secretary for Joe Biden. Talk about how deeply wounded and offended she is as a woman of color. What a racist Donald Trump is. Because he basically asked, well, Kamala, what? She black or is she Indian? Is she black or is she Indian? She kind of flip-flops on her identity depending on what she's needed to be in the moment.
Sir, do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't.
Well, is there any truth to it?
She's certainly not African American. Her father was Jamaican and her mother was Indian, and she was raised an Indian, as you can see here, complete with the dot on her head. This meme perfectly illustrates her interesting transformation from an Indian woman to a black woman. Here she is, back when she was first running for Senate in California.
Certainly, you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
Becoming the first Indian American woman to be nominated as a vice presidential candidate in America.
I stand before you as the first candidate for vice president of the United States of South Asian descent.
Of course, like they changed the definition of a vaccine during the COVID outbreak. That no longer was a vaccine something that stopped, but simply slowed down, made things better. Totally changed the definition. We're now being told on all kinds of websites that ethnicity and race, they're separate. Her ethnicity is Indian, but the race is whatever she decides to identify with. Really? So this is okay. Remember Rachel Dolezal? Remember, what was she? President of the NAACP? It turns out she's white, but she identified as black. But they wanted her gone because she's not black. Can I identify as black? My ethnicity is white Caucasian, but I'm feeling black today. See how they move the goalposts and change the rules. And again, the issue here is the fact that Donald Trump went into a hostile environment. And there were people there who said it was hostile.
Do you think he was disrespectful to the hosts and moderators up there at all?
No, I think that she was disrespectful to him, extremely disrespectful to him. The way that she made a leading statement, again, she didn't greet him, she didn't thank him, she just came out of the gate being very defensive or being very aggressive.
How are you going to best support the black community via policy? That is the conversation that should be having here. And I think to some extent, it wasn't able to be had, especially in the way that it should have been, because of some of the divisiveness that came out from the onset of the conversation.
He went in and he owned it. What is this going to do with his relationship with the black vote? I don't know. But I've watched Donald Trump over the years, and I've learned enough that when he was running the first time and during a really heated GOP primary, he said things that most people were like, this is it. This is political suicide. What is he doing? When he called out Jeb Bush on stage in front of hundreds and hundreds of Republican donors and pointed out about the Bush crime family, and there were war profiteers and should have been in prison for. I mean, he just literally went after Jeb Bush, and by proxy, Papa Bush and Brother Bush. How'd that work out for him? Every time he leans into something like that, and of course, you've got, the media doing their typical, he's just a white supremacist racist, and J.D. Vance, when he called Kamala Harris, the evil Catwoman, it's not that he wants more babies, he wants nothing but white babies in this country. You do know that J.D. Vance is married to an Indian, and he had a Christian Hindu wedding ceremony, and he is the father of 3 mixed race children. So who's authentic and who's the lying panderer? Donald Trump sat there calmly and without a script and without talking points, answered directly. You don't have to like it, you don't have to agree with it, but you ought to at least step back and say, well, you know what? He told us what was on his mind. Do we really know what's on Kamala's mind, or is she the typical politician where we are getting the focus group processed answers? Here's the thing, and this is, I think, the flip in why Donald Trump did that. I think he instinctively knows that the majority of black people are done with all of this. Oh, you're going to have a rap concert to roll out the presidential candidate at because I'm not intelligent enough to seek out information and really want substance. You're going to, with your masked racism, you're going to entertain me and give me a freebie handout so that I'll show up. See, I think black people, as they've had a chance to sit back and absorb what Kamala did to them with that Atlanta rally, I think that rips them. I think that ticks them off because it's pandering. She panders to this group and she panders to that group. Donald Trump, love him or hate him, he said, let's make America great again. And the bottom line is, he doesn't care if you're gay, straight, up, down, in, out, white, black. Let's make America great and everybody benefits. Kamala wants America to work for certain people and other people to be punished. People that don't hold the right woke ideology. Again, we know that how the liberal media is going to handle this and how certain podcasters are going to handle this. But in the end, I think you're going to discover that Donald Trump was a genius on this. And we'll find out if he didn't actually pick up more black support as a result. And you're just going to watch the left sit back and go, How did that happen? That was supposed to happen. Yeah, just like the prosecutions were supposed to stop him, and that didn't. And just like a bullet was supposed to take him out, and that didn't happen. Everything that you throw up against him backfires. And this will too.